Welcome to the GR Ride.
Hi guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between. This beautiful studio is sponsored by Irvines Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid. We thank them so much for sponsoring our show in the studio.
Thank you.
So we are Jason and Jesper and Pete, and we are down a member tonight. And Sam is just not feeling well, so we're going to try to do it without her. I'm not sure if we can, but we're going to try. So
She said headache. Man.
yeah, Sam's working her butt off. I think this is a shock to her system with
Corporate America.
Corporate
I
shill.
think it's good for her. At least she knows she has a head, right?
Has a head?
No.
I need a crickets one for Jesper.
Keep going.
So let's, I just introduced you guys. That's my job. And we're just going to jump into the stories because that's what y'all like to talk about. And we're always open to hear your stories. If you got a good one, we'd love to hear it. You can always email us. Jesper doesn't have much this week, but so I'll just start. We had Winter Beer Fest, which was really good. I didn't drive during the day. I did clean up that night. So I don't know. I was doing something that day. But so I picked this guy up and he's going to the ballpark and he's a little tipsy. And I'm like, okay, all right. I was like, are you going to meet somebody there? He's like, no, my car's there. I'm like, oh, okay. So
I remember that.
So we're kind of going down the road. After about maybe 3 or 4 minutes, I'm like, man, are you sure? Like I just think maybe you've had, it smelled like a brewery in there. It did. It smelled like a brewery. So I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's just not a good idea. So we keep going. I tell him one more time. I'm like, maybe just grab a hotel room. I don't know, sleep it off in your car. I mean, technically you can still get caught for drunk driving unless the keys are in the trunk or something. I don't know. I don't drink and drive. So, but so we get there and he's like, yeah, I don't quite remember where I parked. So we're at the ballpark, right? So he worked for a brewery. So he had been there all day. So then must have gone out with his buddies downtown GR. So we start driving and we go around the backside of the ballpark, as you two know. Maybe people aren't listening.
Yep.
No. And then he's like, oh, just keep going in the back. So we're going. We go through the parts of the gravel way in the back. We keep going. He's like, no, keep going. I'm like, this is the end of the road.
Like by the bridge?
Yeah, well, by that
highway,
that landscape company that at the end there, yeah. And I was like, we're at the end of the road. And he's like, oh, no, I meant you had to go all the way around. I'm like, okay, you said keep going back. So there's another indication that he's had too much to drink. So we turn around and he's like, no, it's this way. So I was like, okay, this row right here, I'm pointing to him. He's like, yeah, I start turning. He goes, no, it's over here. I go, this ride is done. And I said, you're going to have to walk the rest of the way. But I felt really guilty. I should have followed him.
Kicked out a drunk guy?
Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, we're in the ballpark. I mean, heaven forbid he has to walk around. I was just tired of him because he wasn't going to listen to me.
Right.
He wasn't going to sleep it off. He was going to drive. And I don't know. I don't know what you guys would have done. I probably should have got his plate number. And then there was no cops. But, of course, as I'm pulling out of the ballpark and heading to my next ride, there was a cop about a quarter mile down just sitting there.
Yeah.
And I didn't stop. But
it's only happened to me once. That I had somebody drunk in my car who was going to go drive. And, I still wish I would call the cops on it.
I know.
That's a
But I
tough
didn't.
spot to be in.
It's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
And I felt real guilty of not looking at his car and his plate, but he would piss me off at that point. I just wanted him out of the Oh, yeah. By the way, this is going to be an explicit podcast from now on. We've changed everything. So if we're not going to go for broke saying fuck, but we're going to, just let you know.
What are we saying?
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to let everyone know, sorry, not safe for kids anymore. After our last video that it said the F word, remember that last one towards the end of the podcast? I was like, all right, I'm not beeping these out. We're just going to make it explicit. So it's not for kids. But I wanted him out of my car. And so, but I did feel real guilty.
Yeah.
So what would,
Well, I was.
clearly you've had the same.
It was 3 years ago. It's pretty. I've only been a rideshare driver for probably about a year. Yeah, that's true. And I was in my black car, and I picked up these two girls.
Wait a minute, you Ubered with that Mazda?
I did. That I never told you the story. At one time,
Oh
time,
yeah, the basketball
I
players.
picked up 3 Knicks players
Yeah.
in my Mazda.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
talking about the one that's parked outside, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was before it was all dinged
You
up.
picked 3
Yeah.
Knicks players.
Yeah,
You fit them in the car.
7'3" Knicks players in my
I don't even know how that's possible because I picked up a couple drive players from the Delta Hotel on the Beltline and 28th,
Yeah.
and I have a bigger car, and they still were cramped in that thing.
And they were cramped in there.
They probably needed some massage
I
after
had
they
the
got.
seat all the way back, right? I used to drive with the Mazda. I used to drive with the seat. I was a little bit cramped when I drove. I gotta be honest, just to give them a little bit more room. But I mean, they were only going. I mean, it was probably a 2-minute ride. I picked them up at B-Dubs. Surprise! I know.
Yeah,
But and I drove them over to the hotel over in Pearl. So it was, yeah, it was a very quick ride. Just
but
up-
anyways,
up
get back
over.
to your drunk.
So yes, I
Your
picked up
drunkard.
these two girls, and one of them was not the driver, and she was not drunk. But the other one was the driver, and she was in no position to drive. But she couldn't go home without the car because something about her parents not knowing she had the car. So I don't know what it was.
Well,
But it was just, and I dropped them off. It was the apartment complex up behind Wendy's up on Lake Michigan Drive. I dropped them off there.
Yep.
And I just felt so bad. I felt so bad for not calling the cops on him. I mean, today I still think about it and it's like, well, what would have happened had something happened? You know, it's just you just never know.
yeah, it's.
But it.
Well, I talked to Megan about my wife about liability, and she's like, "You wouldn't be liable." I said,
No.
"Yeah, but a
Bartenders are liable.
exactly." But I think their license says you have a legal duty to not overserve. So I think that's part of them.
Right.
They probably have training to their bartenders to get that license.
Right.
So we don't really have a legal obligation to stop somebody. This
No.
guy wasn't going to stop anyways. I mean, he lived like way up north in Mount Pleasant. I mean, I didn't even offer to take him up there because
No,
he
no,
would have
no,
said
no.
no way. But
Now, if Ben would have taken the ride, we all know he would have taken him up.
he would have done it for free. He would have done it for free. So a couple other things. I'll go to the sad one first. I was having I almost stopped swearing again. I was having a shitty day with minors, as I'm not going to talk about today because whatever. I made a video. I haven't posted it yet. And I picked this. And you heard me bitching. Like I was just at my wit's end. I had like 4 minors in a row. So
Yeah, I remember that too.
yeah. So then I picked this lady up and she gets in and like 1 minute in, she's like, "I'm so sorry. I just found out some terrible news. My cousin just shot himself this morning and he's dead." And I was like, "Oh man." And she just lost it. So it was a really eye-opening. I teared up with her. It's hard not to, especially
Oh,
when
yeah.
the emotions are so raw. Like it just happened like within the last couple hours. She just found out.
Oh,
And it kind of put things in perspective. Like, it's not that bad, Jason. You had a few minors. It's not your problem. Just move on. But we connected. We talked about Grand Rapids a little bit. It was a shorter ride, but I remember her name. Her name is Ashley. So hopefully things are looking up for her. And then the last one, I had a customer buy me breakfast in the morning. It was,
Was it Wendy's?
no, it wasn't.
Have you had Wendy's yet?
I have not, but I went through the drive-through today with somebody, and she did not offer it, and I was fussy because I said that chicken sandwich looks real good, and I hear nothing but crickets in the background. So, yeah, so she didn't buy it. But no, it was I don't know, it was McDonald's, and it's like I didn't ask, I never ask, and usually I turn it down. I was like, no way, I'm hungry. I know I'm not getting a tip from her. I'm taking the egg or sausage biscuit or whatever. So that was kind of cool.
Nice.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't have that often. I don't do drive-thrus at night. And no, you all don't either.
No.
So it was in the morning. It's like, whatever.
Actually, I did do one Saturday night because it was the Taco Bell on Lake Michigan Drive in like Standale.
Okay.
And it was slow.
Oh.
Nobody in line. So
I thought they were closed now after 2.
it wasn't after 2.
Oh, okay.
So it was probably like 1 o'clock or so.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right, Pete. I know you had a rough Saturday. So,
yeah,
Yesper
Saturday,
doesn't have shit.
Well,
Oh, you do actually have something?
Well,
You made a lot of money. You did a ton of comforts. Next,
Hashtag comfort.
Comfort King.
Comfort
No,
King.
no,
That's
no.
right. I saw that.
you're so rude.
Okay, go ahead.
No,
It'll,
it's fine.
Pete,
Let
it'll be
Pete-
over in
Pete-
20 seconds.
Pete can do it. No, that's fine. fine. Pete, go ahead and tell your story. I'm mad now.
Well, my story is I don't really have any good stories. I just had a rough Saturday. It was like minor city and kids without car seats, just all day. And it wasn't like normally it's
on
just
Saturday.
Lyft.
It was minors.
Yeah, all day.
What was going on that?
I don't know.
Was it the winter snow fest dance or no? That was like last weekend or the weekend before. That sucks.
All of the people who had kids with no car seats were just angry and just cussing, and it was. I think I called Lyft 3 times for passengers.
Why are you calling them?
Well, I mean through the app.
Yeah, but what are you doing through the app?
Oh, telling them they didn't have car seat.
But why don't you just get your 5 and roll?
Because they were so angry, I didn't want to stick around there.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah.
Did you get your 5?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you, like a diamond bitch for Lyft too?
I mean,
But I thought, isn't there's in some markets, the legal age or rider age for Lyft is 16. I was reading the terms conditions, and there was something about in some cases you can actually have a rider account and be legal as you're 16.
I guess, you know what? I don't know. I've always just assumed it was 18 for.
No, right, and it certainly is in our market. I know that, but there's a certain type of rider account where if you're 16, you're fine.
Well, it's probably one of those things like where if you're getting an Uber or Lyft for somebody else, there's a way to do it in the app,
Right.
but no
one does it. Yeah.
So it's probably a way to do it in the app.
Sure.
And just nobody does it.
But I mean, I would never do it in our market. Absolutely not.
No.
What, the 16 and under?
Yeah, no.
Or 16 or over, sorry.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, not unaccompanied.
No.
Yeah.
It's just not worth
It's
it.
very common to use someone else's.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I didn't have it in the rundown, but it just triggered my memory. I wanted to talk about PIN verification. Did you know that's only up to the customer? The customer turns that on. That is not from
I did not know that.
Yes. Yes, I actually watched Dustin's video about how to turn it on. Thank you, Dustin. I didn't even know that. So that's why we only get them random. I had one this week. So I kind of started digging into it a little bit.
I don't know if that's exactly true, though,
No?
because Gabe, he had like, I don't know, 2 weekends ago, he was like 75% of his rides were PIN rides.
Well, maybe it was somebody who,
It may have been just by chance, but I mean,
Right.
I've gotten.
He said he's in the beta, though, so that could be.
I've had none.
Because it's basically giving it to the customer the option to do it.
Right.
So
I mean, I've had more lately. I've had probably, last weekend I probably had 4-ish.
Okay. Would you just want Uber to make them do it, or do you not want to do that?
I think they should just make him do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to cause trouble with the
People
rider.
calling rides for other people.
Yeah, you have to have that PIN. I don't know. There's got to be I take people with, I mean, if I didn't, I'd probably lose 20% of my income.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because it happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Does the PIN expire? Should you get a new one? Or
I don't know. I just noticed that to start the trip, I had it. I swiped it. I asked him for the PIN. He gave it to me. And we kept on going.
Right.
And I did say to him, because I don't know if his name was on the account. Maybe it was. We just had a conversation about, well, this is going to eliminate a lot of people using other people's accounts with the PINs. But
Right.
I actually had an issue with the PIN system.
Oh,
Saturday
did you?
night. Yeah, that same lady that I brought to the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I picked her up at not Joey's, but Putt Putts.
Oh, good old putt putts.
And apparently, in that back alley is like a dead zone for Verizon.
Ooh.
That's weird.
And so I could not get signal, and I couldn't like start the ride because it kept on asking for a PIN. And so I type it in, and it wouldn't be able to connect. And so I had to pull like onto Fulton Street.
So you figured out I must be in some weird dead zone.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
After like probably a minute or two,
Yeah.
you're like trying it.
Yeah.
That's
And
so-
then the weird thing is, once I got out of the dead zone, it didn't even ask me for the PIN again.
well, maybe it had already, even though it was just
Oh, could've
spinning,
gone through.
maybe as soon as you got in the signal, it sent
Yeah,
it.
Right.
could be.
I don't know, but okay, Jesper, it's your turn.
Well, I just have I remembered one
Oh, I didn't even pee. You got 3
Yeah.
more things on there.
Yeah, I got 2
Just jump in. Don't just tell me
So-
to shut the fuck up.
Well, one of the videos we're gonna watch actually later, but I had 2 rides. My last 2 rides of the night, Saturday. I called it early. Normally I stay out till like 4 or 5 in the morning, Saturdays and Fridays, but I called it good at like 2:30 on Saturday because I picked up. Well, I went to go pick up this guy over in Easttown, and we'll watch the video later. But that was terrible. And then so I went downtown to B-Dubs, and I pull up there, and there's like 3 guys standing outside, like not really yelling at each other, but they're like loud.
Yeah, they're yucking it up.
Right. And so 2 guys get in, and I'm getting ready to pull off, and the guy in the front's like, "Oh wait, hold on a minute." And so he rolls down the window, and he yells the N-word out the window at the bouncer at B-Dubs, and I'm like, "Get out." He's like, "What, man? You don't understand. He called to me first." I said, "I don't care."
Was it a black guy you picked up or white guy?
I think he was mixed.
Okay, well that's fine. I was
I
just
don't know.
curious because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, not that it shouldn't be like that anyway. I was just curious
Right.
if it was.
No,
but,
I don't think he was black. He may have been. I think he was Mexican, to be honest.
well, either way,
Right.
I
But I
don't.
was like, I'd already had a shitty day.
I don't
I
laugh
was
at
like-
that. I'm sorry because
Right.
it's so like you could laugh at it now, but during that time you just wanted to be like, I hate my life.
Right. So I'm like, get out, kick the guy out, and I went home and
Yeah.
called it good.
Called it good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
Any comments on Facebook before we jumped into your amazing stories, Jesper?
No, not yet.
Nothing.
No, nothing.
Wow.
It's very quiet tonight. We have 18 people watching, and it's so quiet. I don't know
Maybe
what's
everyone's
going
on YouTube.
No.
No.
Well,
Maybe
said-
everyone's on Paris.
how would Facebook know about the 18? Anyways, so I had my one story I kind of wanted to bring up was I actually picked somebody up at it was a family picked them up at B-Dubs on 44th Street. I think they are right. 44th Street out by the mall. I think so.
Yeah, you mean by my house?
Yeah, exactly.
around the corner.
Around it.
Jason lived no.
A mile and a half from my house.
So yeah, their car had broken down, and so they had 4 children, 3 of them their own, and they had obviously car seats. So we thought it was really nice, and so they took the car seats out and put them in my car, and I got them home, and so that was really cool. They had a van that had broken down, and like all of a sudden out of nowhere in the parking lot. There's something steering broke on it, so it wouldn't steer at all.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he obviously couldn't drive it home, and so yeah, I picked them up and took them back home. They had been down to see Disney on Ice and wanted to get some food after that. So
Okay.
that was kind of a cool story, I thought, and kind of a positive story on top of all the
Well, it's
car
nice.
seats.
That's what Uber is used for. Like, I really like it when you're like, oh man, I'm screwed. My car broke down.
Yep.
You just come to the rescue and like, oh, I'm so thankful that
exactly.
the customers are so thankful because they're like, oh, I can ride with it. Well, you can ride with a tow truck guy, but you can't fit all the kids in there. So that's really
Well,
nice.
and this way, he left the van there, and you can come pick it up the next day and get it fixed. So that was pretty.
Yeah, he
nice.
probably fixed it in the parking lot.
Something. So.
Kaz's opinions and thoughts says, why does a person's skin color matter when you take it away? We're all the blooming safe underneath.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was just curious. It doesn't matter at all. I feel like black guys use that word a lot more freely, and
Yeah.
it really has nothing to do with it. So I was just curious because oh boy, I'm going down a rabbit hole. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So
Right, that's what I said. That's what I said in chat. I said,
So
doesn't
we
matter.
yeah,
have
I mean,
We have a couple of new guests on Facebook now. Things are looking up. We have Scott Reimer from Green Bay, and we have John McBride. And I don't know about John. Oh, he's from Pennsylvania now, so we just found that out. And then Sean says aloha, so maybe he's from Hawaii.
yeah. Whatever happened to what's
I was
his
just about to
name?
say,
Well,
yeah.
he doesn't drive as often, right? Because Carter.
Carter.
Yep.
Dallas Carter.
Dallas Carter. Yep. But he doesn't drive as often because he's a teacher.
Yeah,
And
but
so-
he kind of like fell off the planet. I don't
Oh,
even
I
know
st-
if he's
I-
still in the group.
He is. Yeah,
Okay.
he comes back on once in a while, and he joined in about a week ago. Just kind of took a couple rides and went home. Or
Okay.
something. Yep, yep.
Oh, he chimed in?
Yeah, he
Like a
was
week-
talking just a little bit.
Oh.
Say hi in the group. Yep,
Oh, I didn't even
just a
see
little
that.
bit.
Yeah.
So
I do want to shout out to our Washington listeners. I keep forgetting to do that. The Tri-Cities in Washington. It's
Washington.
Washington.
And Portland too is looking up. Portland, I was like, we have a ton of listeners in Portland.
Yeah, I don't know.
so-
I've never connected with anyone anywhere from Washington, and it's our #1 market. Like,
Yep.
there's 3 cities that connect around Washington. What is it? Oregon, whatever. Say whatever the hell you want. But in that little connection there, I don't know the name of the cities. You like Yokomo?
I don't know.
I know.
Just
I'm not
move
going
on.
to look. I know. But
Geography
anyways,
was never our strong suit.
yeah, we've gone over that several times. We suck at geography.
So, and then I picked somebody up at the airport later, and I kicked out my bag, and so I went home. So, yeah, I actually missed out on the bar crowd Saturday, and I just couldn't anymore. It was just, I got to go home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 1:30, and it's like,
I think I was home
That was
before
it.
bar closed, too. I think I hit my goal, and I'm like, peace out.
but I still had a decent weekend, and then, of course, beer weekend was really solid.
Yeah.
And I know I need to mention this because a lot of people really want me to talk about my comfort rides, right? So I know I got to do that. So I had 12 comfort rides of Beer Fest weekend, and then I had 11 comfort ride last weekend.
It's only going to go up too once
I know, right?
Select goes away.
Yep, select guns go away. So
No, it won't, because I never get a select. Although I'm not picky, I'll take an Uber X. And so maybe if I would get more, if I would eliminate Uber X and XL, maybe I would get more.
Yeah.
But my guess, I'd get 5 rides for the week.
Really?
I mean, I don't remember the last time I got a select.
no, I remember last time I got a comfort.
Fuck you.
So how you want to do questions on Facebook? Let me just.
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
if it's
Yep.
legit,
So
Kaz6439 says,
Where are you getting the
Yeah.
questions at?
well, one of them's like hidden for some reason.
Oh, I don't get any questions.
"Are you on our account?"
Yeah.
Oh, you on? Oh, okay.
Oh, you're on
that's why.
YouTube.
And I'm
Yeah.
on my
So
account,
you can unblock that. I think it's because they think it's spam. Sometimes
Yeah.
that
So his first question was, will, or she, I guess I don't know who Kaz is, but will Lyft and Uber ever have cameras in the cars? I'll never use or have used Uber, as these rides our companies are taking away from real cabbies.
so obviously he's not an Uber or Lyft driver.
Right.
I know Uber offered a camera for a while,
You could lease it through them or something, right?
which was I haven't heard much
The price
about.
was terrible.
Yeah, and it was probably a crappy camera. And what was his original question? Will they ever have cameras in the car?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll mandate it.
No.
No,
People,
no. But you should have it.
you should.
I mean, absolutely, you should have it.
Yeah, we definitely recommend it. The N2 Pro. We are in the process of demoing their newest 2-way camera.
The
So
T2. Yep.
no, that's not
The
the.
N4, right?
It's the N4.
Wait. Yeah.
The
okay,
one we
sorry.
just did is for. no,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
Yep.
next one.
Yep. Okay.
I'm trying to lie a little bit. We haven't quite got the camera yet. Can you just go along with the freaking lie?
We'll get it soon.
Judas.
Golden
right.
Joe has 20,000 rides for Uber. 6,500 for Lyft.
Yep.
Oof.
Oh,
Wow.
Somebody is. We bow before you, Golden.
Someone's got
Joe.
a sore ass. As a guy that gets his ass sore when he drives.
So John McBride did ask a serious question, and what do you get with a comfort ride? So let me just spend a couple minutes about that. And yeah, Jason, you can roll your eyes. Just real quick.
Pete, you want to go grab a drink?
I won't spend a long time on it, but basically you get a vehicle that has a little bit more room. And then you get the ability to actually set your your preferences. The rider gets to define,
Yeah.
the heat of the vehicle. He gets to decide whether or not he wants a lot of noise, quiet or not quiet, and whether he's talkative or not. So that kind of gives some preferences to me as the driver as to what he wants beforehand.
So speaking of that, what happens? Does a notification come up if someone
Yep,
wants
so
it quiet?
Instead of accepting the ride, you can see it says see preferences. That's your next step. And so you click on that, and it'll say I want it to be quiet or whatever, and then you can accept the ride.
Oh, so if you don't like those preferences, you can be like,
Yeah, you don't have to do
oh,
it.
that's
right?
interesting.
But it's still,
I had a
makes
comfort
sense.
ride once.
What?
Yeah.
As a driver?
Yeah. It was last year during Beer Fest, actually. I picked up somebody from the hotel out there on right about the
Ann Street,
no.
Grand River.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, that's on Ann Street.
No, not that one. The one right by the ballpark. Back behind
Whatever.
yeah.
Ham-
Anyways.
Hampton.
Yep,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I picked him up, and when I got the request, the thing popped up, and apparently the rider before them had canceled the ride, and somehow it slipped through to me.
I wish you would have took a screenshot of that.
I know. And so this thing pops up, says they want to chat, and they were very chatty. It was a great group.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So just to do the follow up for John real quick, you got to have a new enough vehicle, John, and it's got to be only certain vehicles, just like with Select. Only certain vehicles will qualify for comfort, and if yours do, Uber will let you know.
Sorry to interrupt. 900,000 miles.
Huh? What's up?
That's
That
how
was
many.
Golden Joe.
Golden
Yep.
Joe.
Where's he from? 900,000 miles on one car? No.
4 cars.
Oh,
He's on the
shit. Sorry, Golden Joe. I didn't mean to laugh at that.
4th car.
So I want to just address Scott real quick. You said most times the comfort people don't select an option. For me, they do. More than half of my comfort rides, they have definitely selected an option here in Grand Rapids. Some preferences as to what they want. But most times it's just normal.
Do you ever get any that don't want to chat?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I want to get one that you can put your own custom in. Like, I want the driver to sing, Go Tell It on the Mountain. That's the first song that popped
I had
in my
somebody who said he wanted to be quiet, and he would not stop talking.
head. You'd be like, hey, yo, you might want to check your settings.
I know. He said,
Is
next
this a
to me-
test? Am I supposed to answer back?
Is this
or-
Uber corporate in here?
I was really, I didn't know what to do. I was like,
You should have just said it. Like, hey, you're in your setting, because it's a set it and forget it.
Yeah,
you don't
no,
do it each ride. So he probably said it one time because he was pissed at the world, and then it's been like that. Why do these drivers never talk to me? What the hell?
but yeah.
Oh, man.
So, anyways, I'll stop it here because I know people hate it when I bring up comfort. But yeah.
Yeah, we might have to skip some articles. We've been talking a lot. So we're going to jump into the picnic. It's August 15th in Grand Rapids, Michigan at Riverside Park. This is our second annual Rideshare picnic. It's open to anyone that wants to come. We should have a contest. Whoever comes the furthest gets something.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, we have a camera to give away.
Yeah, we do. We're not sure what we're going to do with that camera yet. But,
So, yeah.
but yeah, Saturday, August 15th, we'll have some food. And,
Lots of great hotels and Airbnb in town if you want to come from a long time. Yep.
man, I didn't think you were going to say hotels. Thought you were going to say hookers. I don't know why. I always
say hookers.
I
don't know if we have any of those. I mean, we might, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't know, Pete. I mean, whatever. Like, if it's super whatever, then just skip. The same one we just talked about.
Different one.
Oh, Judas.
So Larry, no. We said maybe you couldn't make it. Now he says he can't make it.
Oh, he's making it.
No, he says I'm bummed I can't
No.
make it.
No, he's gonna make it.
Larry.
So where I don't have it. It's not up on mine.
What? It's on YouTube.
But
So.
it's not on Facebook.
What's not on Facebook?
None of those are coming up for me.
Because he's on YouTube.
But why are they not coming up on Facebook?
The what? The comments?
No, that thing.
Oh, it's like a 15-second delay.
There it is.
Oh, you just put it up.
No, I didn't. It's clearly a heavy delay tonight.
Yeah. Must be way behind.
Sorry about that, guys. My job. My problem.
Yeah,
Hi,
it
John.
is.
Okay.
John's on YouTube.
I just sent you a message in Telegram, Pete. No.
Something I can't hear about.
Well, no, you can, but I'm trying to stay on the download. Good God. Okay, so John, thank you for being on YouTube. We are going to talk about our Telegram. So Telegram is a group that we connect. You can see the link in the show notes or in the comments, and it is a messaging app where you can talk to us and people all over the country. We got people from. We obviously talked about. Pete, God damn it, you can't talk well. I can't laugh.
Sorry. John said to tell you you're sexy tonight.
Oh shit! Thanks, John. He's just on because he wants to hear his little video or audio put together. But yeah, look in the comments, download the Telegram messaging app, click on the link. You can join our group. It's an NC-17 group. I say that they don't ever rate anything NC-17, but when I was growing up, I felt like that was like the end all be all. So we don't do politics or religion in there, but there might be some butt gifts. So check that out. I'm gonna play.
Particularly from John.
And by might be, he means
There will be.
There will be.
There might be one up right now. So I'm gonna play this. This is our John does our weekly recap and I'm gonna play that, and then we'll be back.
It's the GR Rideshare Adventures Telegram Weekly Recap, Week 27.
I'm ranked 1,382 for the week.
You suck a penis, bro.
Yeah, I miss the messages John put together.
You know, John, I don't care what Jason says about you. I think you're all right. Man, I knew that bitch was gonna do that. Ugh. Hey, what though? Lyft can go fuck itself. Talk dirty, Rideshare Daddy.
Gabe didn't even wave at me when he drove.
Ooh, my first offer of sex by a female that I would consider.
Wow, Jason, maybe you should have stayed home. Go, Palca, go, Palca, go. Go, Palca, go, Palca, go. Oh my goodness, take a ride and come back and... Wow, look, what did I miss? Wow.
Well, I got a chapstick on my phone, and now I'm going to apply the chapstick. I hope everybody's having a good night.
Yes, and the amazing thing about that cup, it was a cup that I had not even peed in. Hey, it's okay, Jason. Leon and I are tight, even though we didn't... New year, new me, fuck red lights, let's go. I'm just gonna start chanting freedom. That way when I get pulled over, the cop walks up, I'm just chanting freedom. Freedom!
Oh, I drink me some beer.
I need to work on getting you some good material. I haven't got you anything in a while.
She's trying to hook a brother up.
I'm not a dipshit, I just wanted to hear... I need to work on getting you some good material. You love some Taylor Swift, Johnny boy? John, I'll have you know that I just tried to go to Popeyes again to try their chicken sandwich. You bougie bitch.
I wish my ass would look that good in a Speedo. Good morning, Rideshare group. I decided to leave work.
That was a lovely $2.80. Ah.
Here comes the snow. Starting to get a little slick. Come whipping around the corner like, yeah! Oh, hell yes!
Well, so my big comfort out to the airport, out to one of the hotels out by Cascade Meyer, and I dropped them off, and I got a XL pickup at the airport.
I gotta be really close to getting back to my 85% actually.
Poor Jesper. I just had a 1-star these fucks. John, I'm a robot. I be multitasking all the time. it does, like...
She doesn't love us anymore.
Alright, John. I'm gonna bring it way back.
Oh, it's a little delayed.
Is that Shaggy?
Facebook is really
that who
delayed.
sings that? What year is this? Is this 1997? Is that Shaggy? Is that who sings that?
Oh, sorry, my screen's... Fucking go home.
What?
I'm hitting the home button. It's not going home. Jeez,
Go to your home.
It's F1 Judas. So I hope you enjoyed that. That is a little bit of the sample that we talk about. So there was maybe, I don't know, 8% rideshare in that rundown or that video or that, what the fuck is wrong with me? That audio. So, but no, we really have fun, and it's always good to have somebody. There's usually somebody on there 24 hours a day that you can, you know, who knows, if you're having a bad night and need somebody to talk to, you can talk to somebody. So check it out.
Scott wants to know what the regular schedule is for the shows.
It's
I just replied.
Oh, did you?
It's every other Wednesday for the live stream, and on Mondays following the live stream, the audio comes out, and you can find that on any podcast platform.
Isn't there a thing though if you go to Patreon?
You don't get it early.
Well, no, but you get another video, right?
Yeah, so I like you, Pete.
Yeah.
So if you do go to patreon.com/grrideshare, and it's $10 a month, you get a gig economy podcast once a month. You get merch, a hat after 2 months, and then you get some banter before the podcast. It's not, I can't claim it as, well, it's not safe for work, but so is this now. So it's it's just kind of fun. We don't really realize that the mics are on, and sometimes we've had to go back and edit some stuff because some sensitive information to get out. So, Jesper, you ready to talk about a review of the week?
I am. So, love the podcast. This is from Tesla, Arizona. I'm a rideshare driver from Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona. Found you guys. I guess it's Tesla from Arizona. I guess, whatever. Found you guys in Apple Podcast. I searched and searched for an Arizona rideshare podcast to no avail, and it appears there are none. Anyways, I'm grateful I found yours. It is very informative and absolutely entertaining. Keep up the awesome job. We actually just got another one today.
Today?
Yep. And it has a super long comment, and so we'll go through it and we'll talk about it next time. But yeah, he had a lot of cool stuff to say as well. But thank you so much, Tesla, from Arizona. Wonder if you drive a Tesla. If you do, I am so jealous because I want to drive one of those.
I think Leo's going to buy one.
I'm not going to ever buy one because I have kids, so I can't afford, Teslas. But yeah.
This is the last one we got.
No,
or wait
not.
a minute. Hold on.
Anyways, thank you so much. If you like the show, go ahead and rate us on. Huh?
It's the last one. We didn't get another one.
We did.
I'm looking at it right now.
Well, I'll show it to you after the show.
No,
okay?
you find it now.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. Find us and rate us on.
Yeah, our goal is to get one a month, and so far in 2020, we've had at least one in January and one in February.
And apparently now I'm finding my.
It's March 4th. We would appreciate a review.
Jason, you're so demanding.
I know I am. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Don't say you're sorry.
So we're going to talk about Irvines Auto Repair, which we appreciate them so much. They're our studio sponsor, and they are great. Irvines.com. They're located on Stafford, just east of 131 off 44th Street. Pete's putting chapstick on. This is epic. You see this in Telegram all the time if you're into that thing. Yeah, you can call them. Damn, I forgot to update the number. You can call them at 202-5538. I did it again. I updated in the rundown. No, I didn't. So Sam uses this stupid. No, it's not stupid. Sam uses this template, and I need to figure out how to update the template. But anyways, yeah, they are the #1 repair place in Grand Rapids. I take my car there. Also, if you drive a hybrid, when the dealers have trouble with hybrids, they go to Irvines to get it fixed. They've been doing hybrids since hybrids were around. They do Asian, domestic, and they now do BMW, Beamer, and Mercedes. So they're moving up in the world. Megan and Jamie will take care of you. They're great, and we super appreciate them being a sponsor, the studio sponsor of the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. You can call 202-5538, but apparently that's not it'll get to them, so don't frickin' worry about it. All right.
You should worry about it.
Are you still looking for that review?
Yeah.
How can you find it? You have an Android phone. You're looking
Let's get you a thing.
All right. So we're going to jump into rideshare news only like 54 minutes after the podcast started. Well, maybe 44 minutes. So this first article is, I read it today. Well, I read it a half hour ago because this was Sam's article. But this woman was not charged. She has a book out about Uber sexual harassment. I kind of, breezed through the article. But basically, her life turned upside down after she kind of came out about with the book, or maybe before the book. But when she had, told them about the sexual harassment, she was stalked, she was hacked, like everything was crazy.
This is that like Uber corporate, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She was a software engineer, I believe. So it's just interesting what Uber the lengths they went to. Like, they had private investigators. They were digging up stuff from her 13-year-old friend, like people that she didn't even remember, because she was getting messages from these people, and like, someone's snooping around. Like, I know we haven't talked, but this is weird. Like, someone's snooping around. So they wanted to quiet her as much as they could. It's a long article, but we'll link it up at some point. Probably on our Facebook page and Twitter, but you can read that. It's just kind of I don't know. We all heard about the good old boys club back in Uber. I'm sure it's cleaned up a little bit, but and that's what kind of makes me feel bad about Lyft, because I really respected Lyft. They treated their drivers good, and now I hate Lyft.
Right.
They're fucking the drivers, and it pisses me off because did that shock you when I said that?
No, it feels like you are making a point of me using more words. Now
I mean, I just feel a little more comfortable. I mean, you know my potty mouth in the Telegram group. I mean,
it's just funny.
But yeah, I feel like Lyft has kind of taken advantage of the riders. Oh well, the riders and the drivers, because we've seen these huge surges on Lyft, and I don't know, it just pisses me off. Like I'm kind of leaning towards Uber again, and
I can't find it.
And that
It reminds me of that scene from Star Wars. You were the chosen one.
all upset, you know what I mean? Yeah, Lyft was the woke rideshare company. Like they're all into, rights and
When
whatever.
I started doing this, I started with Lyft.
Yeah.
Mainly, and I started like doing Uber as like a side thing. But the more and more I went, I was like,
well, and I try not to say it's the riders, but if they've opened the door of opportunity to talk about two platforms, I said, I'll be honest with you, you should take Uber. And they're like, why? I said, because Lyft is charging a huge rate and we're not getting any of it.
Right.
Very rarely. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, at least Uber gives us a sticky surge. I mean, yeah, it's not the multiplier, but sometimes they even give you more if you go a certain distance.
Right.
Lyft, nada. So
every once in a while, I think Gabe and I have both caught like a $17 surge on Lyft on the weekend. But it's here and then gone.
Right.
And you only God knows how much they're charging the riders.
I know. Ridiculous amount. Like I've even had riders get in and I didn't ask them how much, but they're like, man, this is ridiculous how much this is costing me. I'm like, no, interesting.
I'll take my $3.75.
Right. I'll take my min fare.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a shame.
It is.
I mean,
no,
I was leaning back. I thought you were going to go on a rant. I'm going to take a break.
I was going to start talking about the penny search and that kind of stuff. As that, there was all the worries about what's going to happen when the multiplier search went away and became something else, and it never happened, right? So Uber stayed. I mean,
I disagree a little bit because I think your comfort has blinded you a little bit about how much you're earning on the weekends. But see, although you were doing that before comfort.
I was always making $375, $400. The big differentiator right now is it's comfort, yes, but it's also the promotions.
Yeah,
I mean
they are doing promotions all of a sudden.
Last month and a half, I've been making extra $40 every weekend because of promotion.
They should have closed that Uber office a year ago.
Right.
Because it was kind of the same time, and they closed the Uber office, and now we're getting promotions.
I don't know what it is, but
what the hell? Now it's $1,600 a month. They don't have to spend on rent.
Is that how much that place was?
I'm sure it was.
It's still for rent. I've been looking.
There's been a lot of people checking it out. There's been a lot of cars.
Really?
In there, yeah.
It's still for rent. They must
looking to make a podcast studio.
Well, no. Yeah, if anyone out there, I should always bring this up too. If you guys want to sponsor the show, we are cheap as hell. So. And if you have a studio space or a small space that you want to rent me for dirt cheap, actually, we can trade services. I'll talk about your business and you just give me the studio. Not that we don't love the studio in here, but Jesper and I got big plans.
David says, it's funny that's exactly the opposite of what's happening in Washington, D.C. Uber is cheaper than Lyft.
Okay. I think the rate, honestly, here, Lyft is a smidge cheaper.
Right.
But I'm just noticing just not the surge. Although the last weekend, I don't know. Son of a bitch. Sorry. What am I, a rookie?
Rookie.
It scared the shit out of me. Last weekend, everyone was getting surges from Lyft added on the ride bonuses just randomly. They weren't even in the box. So I don't know if that's the new thing.
Yeah.
We'll see this weekend.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I probably should start getting back on Lyft now that I can. I haven't really focused on it. I don't want to.
I mean, why would you if you have the comfort? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Well, Lyft is doing their new thing now, right?
What's that?
Isn't Lyft doing like a
Don't look at
select?
me. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that was offered in GR. I thought it was just Detroit. I haven't seen anyone get it from GR. Maybe they did.
I think that, yeah, maybe, yeah, I think you're right. Maybe that is just Detroit, though.
I don't know.
So.
All right, next video is kind of a fun one, and it's about a guy. Did it? Damn. About. My wife has been catching me, too. She's like, what are you, about. This guy brings a puppy with him while he's Uber driving, and it's the best.
I saw that one,
I watched this whole thing, and I had, like, warm fuzzies at the end. I mean, I know the beard, you think I'm scary and mean, but I really love this video, so we're gonna watch this real quick.
I hope you don't mind having company in the car.
Look at the baby.
We have a special guest. Say hi, Susie. What's up? I'm Susanna. I came from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. They shipped me up here because I was a stray found in a barn. Well, do you take Ubers often?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the best Uber ride of your life?
I'm so ready.
Excited for Monday? It's running a little late.
That's per usual.
Does that stress you out, or are you just used to it now?
No, it still stresses me out.
Dog is cashed
You know
out
what
on
else
his
was
lap.
stress?
What? Not being late?
Puppies.
Stop it. What the heck?
You want to say hi?
Where'd that come from?
I got a little puppy here. And who doesn't love puppies on a Monday?
Stop it. Oh my god, this is amazing. Hello. Oh, hi, baby.
Say hi, Susanna.
I bring my baby everywhere. Hello.
Come on in.
Oh, there's 5 of us.
There's 5 of us.
Hello, how are you?
Ever.
He didn't show
I
that.
do. Say hi, Susanna.
Oh my gosh.
You can hold her if you want.
That's okay.
Not a dog lover.
She's about a month. Relax there,
I
pup.
want to hold her.
Hi. Can I
Say hello.
so small. Okay, you can chew because you're so cute.
I hope you don't mind having company in the car.
That lady in the back.
Look at the baby. We're dog lovers. Oh, look at this.
You can hold her if you want.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no. Hey, the baby. Yeah, you know who loves you. Yeah, you just trying to get in my mustache. It's like,
All right.
Bye, Susie. I'll see you later. Go back to daddy.
We don't. I didn't realize it was 3 minutes. Apparently, I didn't watch the whole thing. I was like, shit, we're not playing this whole thing.
There's a couple of people in Grand Rapids that do this.
Yeah, regularly. Like they have a small dog or something.
Yep. One of them's got a pretty big dog from what I've seen.
So, is it a service animal?
I don't think so.
For a while there, I thought I read somewhere that the driver's allowed to bring a dog. Like, it's his prerogative. But then like a month later, I went back to try to find it, and I couldn't find it. So, I don't know.
I think it is allowed for them to do it. I don't know if I would.
But, I mean,
The problem is,
people might be allergic. Like,
or if it sheds, or
Yeah.
like if you get a group of people, where's the dog gonna go?
Well, what
Yeah.
if it does more than shit on your pants?
you mean shit?
on your
Especially a
rider?
1-month-old puppy.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
yeah, that one he probably had to bring out. But, yeah. I mean, it's cute. It's fun. Gave me warm fuzzies. I
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
do it.
No.
I got enough trouble keeping myself on the road without a dog in there. I don't need a dog.
You
in
need to use the bathroom all the time too, so you know.
Heyo.
Is that good for you? Okay, Jesper, bed bugs.
Bed bugs crawling in your rideshare.
I mean,
Got goosebumps just at the
I know.
word.
We'll play it, but I've never heard this, and I don't know why. It's just this one guy in Texas. Like, why aren't we hearing this like crazy? Because when you hear how many he cleans a week, you're kind of like,
yeah, but how much? So here's the thing, right? He cleans maybe that many a week, but how much of it is fear and how much is actually?
Yeah, he
dirty?
never does say like how
No.
many actual cases of bed bugs are in the car.
well, because he probably just smokes it,
Well,
and
yeah.
then. But you should still be able to find some carcasses. I mean, they're tiny, but if you look enough, you could probably find them. But we'll play this video, and you can creep out with all of us.
Yay!
This is a level 9.
Don Brooks has a
Level
job that
9.
will make your skin crawl.
I have nightmares at nighttime, but look at this.
He runs Don Pest Control and treats bed bug infested homes across Dallas.
Oh my God. By the time you start seeing them, you've got a bigger problem than
Hide your
probably
kids, hide your
you have
wife.
any idea.
And get this, Brooks can also treat your wheels.
I would spray all this area here.
But lately, he says he's been treating more cars where you wouldn't expect to find these little guys.
I probably do 5 to 10 rideshare cars a week.
Yeah, bed bugs and rideshare vehicles. Not a great combo, but it's not crazy to think a lot of customers get picked up every day in those cars.
It could be just one of them that just crawled off of someone.
A small study last year by insurance company NetQuote even found rideshare cars are 35,000 times more germy than a toilet seat.
Yeah,
Drivers Brooks
his
has
phone.
met.
They either seen them,
Oh, that's bigger than I thought.
or They don't know, and they just want to make sure.
Brooks often puts cars needing to be treated into a tent and then turns the heat up inside to 150 degrees to kill those little guys.
There's no better bug than a dead bug.
Or he just sprays the interior of a car, which
Pete, take a picture of that. Upload it.
Spray their car in 15 minutes, and they can be off.
And hey, this story isn't to scare anyone. There are hundreds of thousands of rideshare drivers in the U.S., and they're required to keep their cars clean. But if you see one, that's not.
It's not a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when they're going to get them.
In Dallas, I'm Matt Howard.
This is a level 9.
Don Brooks has a job
Why
that
is
will
it playing
make
it
your
again?
skin crawl.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah, even at the end, he's like, I don't think it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
Well, I like how they say that we are required to keep them clean. We're not. We know who controls it now. We all do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I always clean my car before I go out and drive, and
He does okay. I've ridden in his van before.
about
He's okay.
once a week, I will spray down my leather seats.
Yeah.
Because I have leather seats and it's easier. But so it's, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's funny we bring up the cleaning part, because when I first started getting into rideshare and we would use rideshare, she was shocked at the cars, how dirty they were. She just assumed that everyone kept their cars as clean as we did. And I'm like, no. I mean, some people just like don't care. That's why I figure there needs to be another tier lower than Uber X. There needs to be, I don't give a shit.
I always thought there was another tier. I thought it was Uber, Uber X, Uber XL. And it wasn't until I started driving
there could
that I
be.
realized.
There could have been way back in the day. I don't know.
There's the Uber
Pool.
right?
But yeah, they don't have that here.
I mean, we were in one in New Orleans once, and it was nasty.
Was it?
Ugh.
And I'm sure Jesper gave him 5 stars and a tip.
No, I did not. I gave him 1 star, no tip. We were about to get late to the boat. We were,
You didn't care. You're just like,
we had to go, right? We had already waited 15 minutes for them to get there, and then we had to, embark on the cruise. So it's just one of those things. Okay, I guess we're doing it, but we probably should have treated ourselves for bed bugs afterwards.
Well, it's fun. Yeah, the last time Megan and I took a lift together, we were both a little tipsy. It was like a Thursday night. Like, what are we doing out during the week? I don't know. Must have been some random thing we were going to. I think it was at the Mitten, of course, my favorite brewery. That's a free one.
So now you're gonna get another free beer next time, is that right?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that's a free ad for them. It's a great brewery.
But next time, every time you mention the name,
you get a free beer. But yeah, the lift pulled up. It was kind of snowing, and I get in there, and it smells like cigarettes. One of his headlights is out, and apparently his defrost wasn't working because he had a hole the size of a softball driving down the highway. I'm like, oh, we dead. We are dead. But I was drinking. I was like, I just want to get home. I don't really care. I want to go to bed. I did rate him 1 star and report it to Lyft, but
right. And I think that's the right behavior, right? When for riders and us drivers, when we are riding other cars, make sure we actually treat this. I mean, be a rider. I mean, be a driver, right? Because we understand, we know what it is, but also be a rider. Make sure that don't accept something that is not acceptable.
I've heard drivers say, they're like, no, I still tipped him. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, yeah, you don't want the awkward conversation to call him out in it. That's fine. Be like a millennial. Like, I wouldn't do it either. I'd be like a millennial.
I'll tip you in the app.
Yes. Yes. I'll tip you in the app. As long as you don't out yourself as a driver. But I always, when I did take rideshare, I never said I was a driver. I wanted to see how he acted and did things. And then if everything was on the up and up, then I would say, oh, I'm a driver too, and then, you kind of bond with them. But
when my car was in the shop, I had to take an Uber there when I dropped it off, and then I had to take an Uber there when I picked it up. And the one I took there, the guy was really nice. His car was like pretty old, but he was really nice. Car was clean, good conversation.
Yeah.
The guy that picked me up, he had like an Acura, like it was a really nice, or not Audi, sorry. Really nice SUV. Like probably would have qualified for like Uber Black or Select or whatever. And it was dirty.
It was trashed.
Yeah. Looked nice on the outside. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to ride in some
style.
Some style. And then I opened up the door and there's like trash on the ground. And I'm like, ugh.
I don't even know why you would want to even drive on that normally.
Right.
I mean,
he was retired. Yeah, he was he did something else for a while.
Well, but just driving like your daily vehicle like that, because clearly he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't keep the most clean car before I drove for Uber, but it wasn't trashed. I mean, there
Right.
wasn't like, cheese sticks in the back that had been there for my wife.
Sorry, did you say cheese sticks?
Yeah, because my wife's fan. I'll find cheese sticks in there. Not the new car. Hopefully she'll keep that clean for a while. But that's a sensitive topic. We're not going to talk about that. All right, we're going to jump into this video from Dustin. I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing. I did. I like Dustin's videos. They're good.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, it's about a feature that Uber is starting, and so it's going to be cards in the windows.
Oh yeah, I think he shows the pin thing in this video.
I think he talks about the pin thing too.
Yeah.
But it's only in some markets, right?
Yeah, it's not in Grand Rapids
But
yet.
I thought it was because it's a requirement of the market, not Uber.
No, the
He
requirement.
did say it was because of was it Megan's Law or
I think it's Sarah's
Law?
but whatever.
Yeah.
The South Carolina one.
Yeah.
But that was the license plate one. This is a little white placard, like a piece of paper that you're supposed to put in your window.
But it's okay.
Can we watch the video and see?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Today's video, guys, I am talking about the new Uber Place Cards. Did you see that, guys? You see that? That's right. We all will have place cards in our windows now. It's not good enough that we have the PIN service.
Yeah. That was a loud swallow, yes.
Now, we're going to have cue cards as a little extra precaution to make sure passengers do not get into the wrong vehicle. In a way, though, this should be helpful for the simple fact of we should no longer get the false reports of we took the wrong rider. For the simple fact of if you have to scan this or input a PIN before we can start the trip, it had to be you, right? It just had to be. And if people don't know why this is in place right now, it's because of Sammy's Law. With the sad incident
I was
that
right with
happened
the
in
S.
South Carolina where a passenger had a little bit too much to drink and got into a vehicle that she thought was her Uber, but wasn't even a driver. So now they think that putting these in the back windows is going to make things okay. I hate to say it, but if you take a look at this right here, so as you can see, I've opened my sliding doors here. You're going to put it
And people
on the
that are
back
listening, you
left and
can't
back
see
right
shit through the
rear
tinted
passenger
windows.
Right.
doors.
Yep.
And honestly, it comes up a lot better in camera than you can actually see it in person because the tint on the vehicle is, tint. It's not easy to see. So I can't imagine how this is going to go down at night when people are drinking.
So do you think you're kind of familiar with QR codes. Do you think that will pick up? Or do you think it'll be a struggle?
I don't know. I think he's right. It's the same problem I had when we were required to put the Uber sticker in the back window.
Yeah, I didn't even put it back there.
I know. Nobody can see the damn thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
Yeah.
They're going to be able to see it well. And as you can see right now, it's been raining, so it's even a little harder. I'd also recommend
That's what
that
she
if you're going
said.
to put it in your window, and it's the windows, if you have a car, and the windows go all the way down to make sure you
Yeah,
try
that's
to
a good
place
point,
it
too.
in the actual
The windows go
back
down, it's gonna
kind of
rip
corner
it.
window, because almost every vehicle has that. Unless it's placed on the outside, though, you can see it really well. But once you put it on the inside, you can't see jack. But that's where you're going to be placing them, guys. Now, is all this going to prevent people from jumping into the wrong vehicle? I sure hope so. I mean, they already have our picture, make, model, vehicle, color. They have everything in the palm of their hands. Passengers, you just need to pay attention and look at your app. And now that they also have the PIN system in play, make sure you actually enable it. You have to go in your app right here and then click this.
We're there.
And you slide it over, and that's it. Then you're on. So every other trip you ever take, it'll have
Right
a pin.
here.
Okay,
Click
it won't be in
this.
play unless you put it in play. So if you're really worried about your safety, you should definitely be doing this. Now, for all those wondering if this is in your market, just open your app, go to your inbox, and see if this popped up.
Anyways, you get it. So we'll go back. We're not going to watch the whole thing.
But I think I'm going to start telling my my riders that they can turn it on if it's something they need to do in their app.
Yeah, I mean,
'cause
I think the pin thing is better than the
the
picture card.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's better than the plate.
Yeah.
I mean, well, not necessarily. Because someone could be using the driver's phone. So, I mean, again, we talked about this in nauseum. Is that the right word? Nauseum?
No, you know.
Why am I asking the Dane? Nauseum? No,
Hey.
that like he said, you have a plate, a picture of the driver, picture of the car.
Right.
Then you're going to have a placard and then a pin. I mean, how much
We
are we?
can't even get pictures of our riders.
Yeah. I think that should be a requirement too. But people would be racist because, people are assholes.
So that's the other thing. So we are, as drivers, we're required to upload a picture of our driver's license. Why wouldn't riders be required to upload a picture? A picture.
I was thinking about that the other day too.
Their ID.
It's money. I mean, I think
Uber,
Jason said it.
Uber doesn't have to run the background check on them, but at least you can automate that shit. You can make it so you upload the photo and you can read the name automatically, and if it matches what they put in, you're good to go.
Yeah.
They're going to lose a bunch of money. I mean, how many drivers in Grand Rapids drive around minors because they want that extra, $5. And so they don't say anything. And so Uber gets all that money.
Yeah.
Or Lyft. I mean, it's worse on Lyft in my opinion, but.
Yeah. Yeah, you did say that. And I thought about that today when I was on Lyft, but I really do feel like it's in wherever the area that you're in.
Oh, that's definitely for sure too.
I was,
Well, you live Kenwood.
Yeah. But today, like I was a lot of the downtown and just kind of the outskirts, and I didn't have a problem with it. Not to say I wouldn't, but every time I got a Lyft ride, I think I only got 2 today. I was on Uber the rest, but I was like, ugh. So I'm not doing that again.
No, I was gonna say something else.
That you love me. All right, so
no, it wasn't that.
Okay.
Speaking of the NC-17.
Oh shit! Sorry. What are you talking about? The butts?
No, somebody. Leo just posted a link about sex and prostitutes and police or something.
On YouTube?
No, in the chat.
Telegram.
There's also you also can look in there. That's when I talked about butts. Someone posted butts, so that was Leo.
Yeah, it's on
okay, this next video, I think it's in Detroit. I don't know. Maybe not.
I think that's Leo.
No, it's about stupid, disgusting toilets, which I know the Detroit DTW has had a hell of a time.
LAX.
Is the LAX.
Yeah.
But anyways, so enjoy this video. It's gross.
Can you show us the toilets?
Yeah, of course. We can see the trolley. The drivers, they cannot use those trolleys.
So this one night, I was here, and it was late, and I was like, I have to use the restroom.
See like how it looks like. Nobody can use this trolley
Holy.
because those are dirty and smells bad.
So I go over here, and I said, oh my God, help me, I can't. And this guy comes running up with a can of Lysol.
Y al mismo tiempo, muchos conductores vienen.
Oh, jeez.
Utilizan estos baños porque no hay otra alternativa.
And he's like, look, I'm gonna spray you down before you get in, and I'll spray you when you get out. And I was like, it's tempting, but I can't even enter in that bathroom.
It's just shit. Relax.
I cannot use this because this is an insult.
Oh my God,
to every
that's so
driver.
gross.
I am mad. I'm angry because Uber and Lyft have to treat us with more respect.
Well, I've never seen them cleaned, so I don't really
Yeah.
know how often they
You want me to mute it?
And we are asking the airport authorities, we are asking Lyft and Uber to work on this and change that outrageous kind of a thing you have for drivers to use immediately.
The least kind of services would just be a working restroom, and if they say this is working, I would beg to differ. It's not.
Have them
I mean,
use
you
it.
can just see the condition that they're in right now. I mean, look at that. I see feces coming.
Oh, there's a petition, bit.ly/LAX hygiene 2020.
Well, and then if you go into, I don't know if you saw the T-shirt she was wearing was MWA, the Mobile Workers Association.
Okay.
So they actually have a big Facebook group as well.
So I didn't actually look at this article before. Are these paid for by Uber and Lyft, or is
I
this
think
paid
they
for
are.
by the airport?
I'm pretty sure that I don't know. I know the Detroit ones are paid. Lyft provided them and then took them away and then brought them back. Why are we? Can I ask why we're blaming Uber and Lyft? These are animals using this toilet. These are fellow drivers.
each other.
Right.
Well, no, but hang on. We don't know if it's the drivers that's using them that's doing it.
Well, I think it's a TNC lot. It's drivers. That's not public.
No, I know, but those public, it's not like they're locked off. Anybody can use them.
In LAX, there's going to be, 200 to 300 Uber cars in there. I don't think there's other people
But
using
there's
them.
probably lots of people who don't have access that uses these all the time. Because I can guarantee you those are not locked off. The lot isn't locked off.
No, most of those lots have a security guard.
At night, 24/7.
What was I listening to?
Anyways,
I was reading that guy's book, and it talked about a lot. Oh man, I may have just made this up, but I think on those bigger lots there is security in there. Let's put it this way.
Larry is saying the Nashville is just as bad, and he's thinking it's the drivers. And
It's
maybe
90-10.
Maybe it is.
I'll
the
give you
drivers.
10%. I'm not giving you any more than that.
But I mean, obviously the drivers need to, not be nasty.
Yeah, I feel like they're blaming Lyft. Yes, should Lyft once a week come clean them? If they're not doing that, then that's a problem. That
brings extra costs. That's the problem. We looked into it for a little bit, and it's about $100 a month.
We didn't look into it. We talked about it, but we never called.
I got the prices.
Oh, you
online.
did?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
$100 a month.
$125 to $150 a month to get it emptied once a month.
Once a month?
Once a month.
Oof.
Leo says his lot does not look like that. I just asked him if his are owned by the airport or by Uber and Lyft.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lyft, but either way, I don't like them blaming Lyft unless Lyft is not cleaning them. It's the drivers. Like how do you get shit on the opposite side of the toilet? I mean, you literally must have just decided to go in there and it was gross, so you just shit on the side of the toilet or on the
Go
wall.
stand in front of the speedway.
Yeah.
Pull people coming out of the bathroom.
Right.
How did that happen?
Right. I haven't been in there
No.
in probably a year.
Nope.
It's just I don't know. I feel like they're blaming the wrong people. Like, stop being a savage and poop in the toilet. I get it. If it's gross, I don't know.
Leo says his are bad and they're owned by Lyft.
Yeah. Like I said, Pete.
Yeah.
Don't ever doubt me. Try to deadpan him. You weren't looking at me. But yeah, anyways, make sure you wipe appropriately.
Make sure you poop in it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that people listening to the podcast can't.
Think about if you went to the bathroom and decide to helicopter all over.
We
with your ass.
We briefly discussed how do you do that? How do you do a group toilet like that? And we talked about at one point, and maybe this is just something I'm just going to ask the question. Maybe some of the drivers watching would chime in and see if they were willing to pay for that. Would you be willing to pay for access to a toilet that was locked and only usable for us? Because you can get PIN toilets. You can get toilets with a PIN code, and we would know for sure who uses them. And it was just because we were talking about how do you get the money back for doing something like that.
Yeah, it almost be on like it'd almost be like on an honor system. Like, I mean, it would be a pain in the ass. I would rather not do the PIN thing. I'd rather just be like, here, if you feel this is a good service, pay us $5 a month so we can reduce the cost. If not,
but you give them a PIN.
Yeah, but I mean but then you're like, what if they don't pay, and then you got to take the PIN away? Like, how annoying would that be?
Well, you just reset the PIN once a week.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And then post a new PIN. Anyways, but I'm just wondering, if that's something people are even willing to pay for.
Yeah, it'd be good if anyone that's listening would be willing. Not to say we're going to do it because I don't ever go to the airport anymore, but when I did, I would have loved it.
I mean, we do have a giant airport here in Grand Rapids,
Huge.
Our queue is often 5 to 10 people.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into the ad. Our next ad is Michigan Insurance and Financial Services, who is my agent, Jackie, who is a badass. You can email her, Jackie, at miafs.com, or call her at 269-569-6127. She saved me like $70 a month. So you should at least once a year get an audit of your insurance. Maybe she can't save you money, but why not reach out to her and just say, hey, can you quote me on insurance? And she's kind of like, she didn't call it a broker. I keep calling it a broker, but she has several companies she can look at and get you the best price, because company A might be cheaper than company B, or it might not be fit in your circumstances. You may have children in your home that are young drivers that like, oh, this company does not deal well with them. So Give her a call again, 269-569-6127. That is her cell phone number. She will get back to you, or email her, Jackie, at miafs.com. What's up, Pete?
Justin.
Is he being a joker? You're not going to tell me what it is, or it's not safe for... Is it not?
He said could just crap in a bottle.
Hashtag...
Crap bottle.
Crap jug. Yeah, the picture we saw on the back of the wall, that one probably could have gone in a bottle.
Yeah, right.
There's a description for you. I didn't know that this is what article is this? Oh, so this is
Just
about...
skip it if we need to.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to skip it. Good call, because we're running behind.
Running over anyways.
Yeah. So, Jesper,
So
you're
I'm
up.
going to read this one, and you'll get to listen to more of my Danish. This is good. Well, I guess Danglish, maybe. I don't know.
Danglish.
So this customer gets in my car this morning and smells mint in the air because I use Icy Hot on my elbow that's been hurting lately. He asked me all about Icy Hot, and I told him it's good for arthritis and pain. So he asked me if he could try a dab because he has arthritis in his wrist. Quite unusual request from a passenger, but I oblige him and give him a dab of Icy Hot. About 10 minutes into the trip, the guy's squirming around in the back seat, and I'm wondering what the hell's wrong with him. Then he demands that I urgently stop at the next gas station, stating that his nuts are on fire. I look at him with a puzzled look as he's getting out of the car. He says he scratched his nuts and did not get all the Icy Hot out from under his fingernails. Now his nuts are burning, and he has to go into the bathroom at the gas station to wash them off. I was laughing so hard that when he got back to the car, I couldn't stop laughing the whole way to take him to his destination. I thought for sure I'd get one stop because I couldn't quit laughing, but I didn't. I know he was super embarrassed.
So the real question is why is he scratching his balls in an Uber? I mean, come on, we all have alone time and we scratch our balls. My wife complains about it all the time. Like, get your hands out of your pants, scratch your balls. Who does that in an Uber?
I will tell you that I picked up a guy twice over on the west side off of Lake Michigan Drive.
It's the west side, not the best side.
No.
Oh.
Like the good part of Lake Michigan Drive, out by like just before Standale.
Oh.
And I picked him up, and he works, I think, downtown. But I picked him up, and I'm driving, and I had to like turn to look.
Oh no!
And it wasn't out, but he was doing something in the front of him.
You think he was jerking it?
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't just a scratch.
No.
You can kind of tell the difference between that.
Yeah. And then so I picked him up. I picked him up probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in the past year and a half that I can remember.
Yeah.
And 2 of the times I picked him up, he was down there like.
Well, you want to stand up and show?
Had a phone. Had his phone in one hand and then doing something.
Oh
no!
Yeah. He was priming for when he got home.
Yeah. So to answer your question, that's who puts their hands in their pants and scratches their balls.
That's so
Icy Hot.
So gross. I'm more grossed out with that story than the Icy Hot. But why is it like that area is so much more sensitive down there? Because like you can put it on every place of your body except your butthole and your balls and your Johnson.
Well, you know, I was telling you this before the show, and
yeah.
I'll tell you again. But they're saying that your balls have taste buds now.
How does somebody even know that? And where's the test group for that? Because did you have to? I mean,
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But I just remember seeing it was floating around Facebook for a while.
Okay. Are you sure it wasn't from The Onion?
I mean,
or Babylon?
I'm not saying it wasn't.
What is that other one? Babel Online.
I think it's Babylon.
Some Babylon Online or something.
So Larry wants to know, he can't believe why Pete didn't 1-star him. And he didn't, because obviously Pete enjoys it. You know? I mean, he's been in the car 4 times. Listen, come on, Larry.
I slowed down and I said, "Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
I like what you're doing."
Yeah. All right.
So this one's mine.
Yeah.
So this is a story about an Uber driver who picked up some people in I think it was the Memphis area. And I couldn't tell by the article, New Orleans. I couldn't tell by the article whether or not he was actually going the wrong way or not. But these passengers were trying to tell him that he was going the wrong way. And he wasn't listening and wasn't listening. And then finally he pulled over and argued with them, and they got out and ordered another Uber. And the driver waited till the other Uber got there, went over to the other driver, pulled his keys out of the ignition, and then got into the fight with the passengers again, and then shot at them.
Wow.
Yeah.
He returned to the scene later.
He left the scene and then came back, and that's when he got arrested.
What a dumbass. Wait, he was later released from custody? What kind of bail did they give?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, the last line before the comments is under the, Panda Express ad, which looks really good. Firecracker shrimp. He said he was later released from custody. Like, how do you get like a $500 bond on a aggravated assault with a firearm? Illegal use of weapons. Like, I wonder if
and theft. Yeah,
and
hit
theft.
With 3 different.
Theft because he probably
alone.
Yeah,
you would think would be.
Yeah, it's a felony. I mean, anything with a firearm is a felony. Firearm equals
different states. Maybe, but in Michigan's 10 years automatic, right?
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, at least you may not serve that, but you definitely. So he's a douchebag.
Great. Yeah.
Let's see. So this tweet's kind of funny. I know Pete can chime in. I think he actually shared this. I actually thought this was Pete on the retweet, but somebody said, seriously, ask Lyft and Uber support, how do y'all expect people with toddlers to carry a car seat, booster seat, if we don't own cars ourselves?
I chimed in on that one. But, I mean, it doesn't matter what they expect or not.
Yeah, if you don't own your own car, I mean.
Oh, wow.
What?
I was going to butt in. Angela said that she had a guy suspected of fouling himself on the way to Gun Lake.
Saw that one, yeah.
Really?
Kept on telling her how beautiful she was.
And he was like, dirt. Whoops. That's twice. Getting excited over here. Hey, noob. Hey, rookie. That's my new term.
It's the
what are you, rookie?
Over here.
But you still are. I mean, I get it if you don't have a car, but I mean, okay, so you take the train all the time.
Take the bus or the train.
Right. Those are not required to have car seats. No. I don't know if taxis are.
Taxis are not.
See, I never understood that.
Right.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't understand what the difference is. Why is it so much safer, even in buses? Like, why don't kids have to?
Yeah, my kids ride the bus. There's no seatbelts in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they think they're tanks or something. But yeah, they've obviously done a study with seatbelts in buses, and that it's causes more issue if they have to get the kids out. That's probably what it is. Although, I mean, the chances of it crashing, I don't know. But
the problem is not so much the car itself; it's everybody else, right? All the other stupid assholes on the road.
Ooh, look at you swearing.
How'd
that feel?
Whoa, Jesper, calm down.
Whoa.
Take a deep breath.
It's just the whole thing, right?
Say the F word.
I'm not going to.
It.
The whole thing about car seats and people being okay with putting their kids in my car without a car seat. I just don't get it.
No,
yeah, I think
you can order one of those like strap car seats now, anyways. That fit in your back pocket.
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. In the United States, you need a seat or a car seat. If you go to other countries, they don't use them at all. But that's not the United States. So
I think Uber Pete from DC nailed it 100%.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick on Twitter. I mean, I don't know. He's really snarky. He hates, like, he basically, what am I trying to say? Anytime there's an issue, he's kind of a dick about it. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. Then maybe I blocked him.
For those of you that can't see it, it says parenthood is a responsibility.
It is.
Yeah. So
it is.
At her, what do you call that? The tagline for her is @suck my tweets. So that's classy.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of classy,
she might have more than one child.
Speaking of classy, Dunham Accounting Services. We are almost done with our ad campaign for Dunham because they are. They're in the thick of things right now. So you can reach them at dunhamaccounting.com. Kathy and the team will take care of your taxes. Please don't do your taxes yourself. Please don't use TurboTax. Call 616-734-6914. I'm sure they have room, but the window is closing quickly as it is the March the 4th.
What is it, about a month left?
Well, but I mean, if she might be booked up. I hope
Well,
not, but you might want to still give her a call.
The other thing too is if you're out late a little bit, you can always file an extension. So
Yeah.
I mean that is possible. There's no fee for filing extensions and so forth. So definitely obviously talk to Kathy, but definitely talk to a tax accountant, professional. Make sure there's so many things you don't know.
Yeah. Yep. So check them out, DunhamAccountingService.com or 616-734-6914. You don't have to be local in Grand Rapids. They can help you. So, all right, Jesper. This is going to be my favorite picture of the night. So, you ready for your article?
I'm not.
Yep. Right after the Dunham accounting ad, you're up.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
You didn't read it?
No, I did.
Snitches get stitches.
You didn't read it, did you?
I read the article. I just don't like that photo.
Well, what's wrong with it? It's great.
Discreetly snitch on their drivers. So there's a new feature in the app for the riders that now they can, during a ride, they can report to Uber if the driver is doing something they don't like to do.
Right.
As Jason said, they can snitch on the driver.
Snitches get stitches.
So yeah, and obviously in the app itself, in the article itself, they're talking about people can report in saying, hey, the driver is texting and driving. The
Doesn't have a
driver is
phone mount.
speeding, there's no phone mount, that kind of stuff. And I don't have a problem with them having that feature in the app. I don't, because it's gonna make us all safer.
Yeah, but what's the benefit of doing it real time? Because it literally says, as I'm looking at the article, it says my driver doesn't have a phone mount, and then you click submit. It says thanks for reporting the issue. We will contact you after the trip. So why not just do it after the trip? Because it could make an awkward exchange in the car.
Well, sure.
I don't know.
But if they're not feeling safe,
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that video. What was that last week? Where somebody sideswiped the Uber driver and he wouldn't let out his passengers and he was going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, then you call 911. I
Well,
mean, that's
sure,
a little extreme.
but he was already calling 911 himself.
But what is okay? So let's take that example. Perfect example. Let's say that feature had been active last week or 2 weeks ago when that happened.
Right.
What would Uber have been able to do different for that driver that would have changed that situation by being able to tell them right away what was going on versus after the ride?
Sure. And probably nothing.
I mean, it might. So that's a good point. But if it's text, maybe action can be done quicker. Like if you have to call Uber, if you were going to quote, I mean, in that situation, it's like you call 911.
Right.
Screw Uber. At this point, you'll deal with that shit at the end. But right now, you need to get safe. But I think maybe texting it. Now I'm kind of retracting my statement. Maybe texting gets to them quicker. So if something was I mean, I don't know.
My worry, I'm not against the feature.
Yeah.
But I worry that, I mean, there was just a driver on Facebook earlier this week that got deactivated on Lyft because he was in an accident.
Yeah,
That's happened to me as well on Lyft and on Uber.
Yeah.
People have done it. So I worry that having that feature, people are going to try to get free rides even more.
It encourages them to be able to do it and not forget about it.
They do mention that in the article about riders being able to use that system to trick the system or to get exactly as you said, just be able to report things that's not true to get free rides.
Right.
And they have some things in place to try and kind of counteract that.
But how
do you know that?
And I'm playing devil's advocate, really.
Yeah, sure. And that's good to do that because
how does it even work? I mean, look at Ivory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I picked him up 4 times on Lyft.
And he's quote unquote probably been deactivated from support emailing you. I mean, they don't actually tell you.
Right.
But,
right. Well, Uber told me once that he had several deactivated accounts.
Yeah, and he can just keep creating them.
Right.
Well, something's going to happen with that, and not just Ivory, but it could happen with him. He's going to kill somebody. He'll kill a driver for whatever reason. And then I save everything you get from Uber, y'all. I mean, text messages, emails, do not delete anything because you never know. If you would have recorded that phone call from Uber, you'd be like, hey, they said they deactivated. or you're dead, but your wife can, pull that up and be
Right.
like, I'm suing the shit out of you because you said you deactivated and he had another account. I don't know. We probably sign our rights away for Uber anyways with our terms of service. So yeah, I mean, all right, say it. You're going to snort.
Angela says, Pete, I'm convinced that Jason doesn't like me. LOL. Unless
Why?
he's addressed me as daddy.
What did I miss? That I don't like her?
Yeah. Angela Renee.
I remember the name, but I don't know.
You have to give us more context.
Yeah, I need more context.
It's okay, Angela. He doesn't like any women.
So what are you implying? That I like men? What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Let's move on.
Oh, okay. Hi, Pete.
Hi.
All right, Pete's video is up next. This is kind of what he dealt with over the weekend.
Yeah, so this was this is my second to last ride Saturday night.
So want to play it?
Yep.
Okay.
Hello.
Just two of you?
Oh no, there's a good handful of people.
It already sounds douchey.
Yeah. And you can see I'm like looking over.
Yeah,
there, like,
we all do that. We're all counting people when we roll up.
No. What is it? It's Midnight Storm. Okay. How many more people are coming?
That's it. We're going around the corner here, though. We're not going very far.
Okay, I can only fit two more in the back.
Well, we're literally going like 5 blocks.
Then walk, bitch.
Can you swing us? I think what do we got? No.
It's a ticket on my driver's license. This is what I do
Yeah,
for my job.
we got 5 blocks.
Hey, can I
Probably
put
gotta.
my backpack in your trunk?
Yeah, actually, I'm canceling the ride. So.
Canceling the entire ride?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's he even wearing? He's got like some medallion
Yeah,
and some like.
it's weird for that many people.
I mean, you can't just give me a ride there.
No.
We can just call it.
Just him though?
Yeah, I say there's like we could easily just get split the Uber, dude. Why'd you cancel the ride?
Because you're just gonna...
That's some fucking dumbass shit, dude.
Okay, get out of the car, man.
All we had to do was call.
All you have to
Uber.
do is get out of the car.
Brennan, get out of the car.
I'm gonna get out of the
Da-da-da-da-da.
car. On my own goddamn time.
What's that on your car?
What's that, Larry?
What's that cable?
Probably a
Oh, I
charger.
have a charger in the back seat.
Oh, the charger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
All you got to do is get out of the car.
Right. And you were being respectful. I like.
I was until, like, he started cussing at me, and then
Right.
he wasn't really even cussing at me. He just started cussing, and I just knew, like, okay,
Yeah.
if I give this guy a ride, it's gonna be a 1-star anyway. So.
Well, you weren't able to get that out.
Right, and that's why I started telling him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could hear that saying that, and he was wearing some fucking leisure suit
Yeah,
or something.
it was a weird party. They were all dressed a little.
Yeah, what people don't understand is the reason he canceled it is because he's going to
Right.
get a 1-star,
Right.
and he's like, I'm done with this shit.
So
Like,
let's talk a little bit about that. There was a conversation earlier today on Facebook. They were talking about whether or not, people. Some drivers like they were saying just calm down was his comment.
oh yeah, I saw that.
Something about I'll take 6 people sometimes, but what he forgot to mention is the fact that he already had a van, and it's
Right.
different for vans or for XL vehicles that it gets a 4 and they really should have taken 6.
Yeah,
Because guess what? It's not against the law.
Right.
That's the problem.
yeah.
Whereas if you're an X vehicle and you take more than 4, as you said.
Well, it's against the law. There's probably some insurance implications if you get in an accident.
Absolutely there is.
Larry said I could have split the group up, and Larry's absolutely right.
Right.
If it would have been a better interaction between me and the
Yep.
guy,
Yeah.
I probably would have offered that.
It's your call,
He
though.
seemed nice when he first got in, but then it just went downhill.
Until he did the, we're a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other problem was, it was a lot of people. Like there was one person in the back seat. There was probably at least 4 or 5, maybe even 6.
Okay.
That were like going to try to cram in.
See, I had a situation last week, and I was driving. So I was dropping somebody off. I picked somebody up at the airport, and I was dropping somebody off over in Ada, and there was obviously no cars in my area, right? But I had somebody fishing for an XL vehicle on an X dime, and it was so crazy. And I'm almost convinced it was the same because they came up. It actually ruined my rating.
Them bitches.
Yeah, I know. But it came up 4 people in a row. First, it came up as an XL, right? And I accepted it was fine, and they canceled it immediately.
Okay.
And I just know they saw there was a van in the area, and they tried it as an X. It came up the same one, same. I mean, it was the exact same, direction and destination to them. So I knew it was the same.
Yeah.
And then it came up as an X, and I declined them. Right. I declined it, and then almost immediately it came up as a Comfort. Like, oh, okay, fine, I'll take them as a Comfort, whatever. But then they canceled that one.
The Comfort they canceled?
They canceled it, right? And then it came back 3 times as an X afterwards, right? And I cancel.
Do you think that I had that maybe yesterday, the same person, it was an in-trip. I just think they didn't want me. They didn't want a guy, whatever it was. I don't know who it was, but.
They wanted my vehicle.
Yeah.
I was sure they were fishing for a large vehicle on the cost of an X.
Now, can I encourage you next time to accept the X, drive up to them, get video of it, and cancel right when they try to get in? Like, think about us next time when you do that. Because that would have been a great video. You'd be like, suck it, bitch.
Maybe I should do that.
No, but you don't think of it at the time. But now, 2020, you're like, I should have accepted that and told them to F off. All right, I cut a few of them out. But the next one, I don't have a video on it.
Which one do we have next?
This one I'm gonna do. So Uber and Lyft both bought a on the top. Although I think Uber's is Cargo's, right? Because Uber owns part of Cargo.
But Cargo shut down.
Shut down, but they're doing this.
Well, yeah,
they're doing the top of the car. So what are you guys feeling about these? I mean, I'm not going to go into the article. You can look for it yourself.
The issue is, before I did this, I worked in the pizza business, and we had car toppers.
Yep.
Most of them, at least the company that we went through, which is what a lot of the pizza companies go through,
right?
They're only rated for like 45 miles an hour.
Oh.
So they fly off?
So you go on the highway, they don't always fly off.
But they could.
But like their rule is no faster than 45. I've seen a couple that were 55.
Yeah.
But none of them higher.
Oh,
than
interesting.
But see, that one is actually it's attached.
It looks pretty heavy duty.
Oh, it does. Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
I mean, it's not a magnet.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it looks like it has. I mean, obviously it has power. It's going to be electrical. But here's the thing.
I mean, it's a screen.
It's a screen.
It's a monitor.
So, how much? I mean, I don't think I wouldn't do it for $200 a month. I think it's a pain in the ass. Like, okay, now I can't park in my garage. I have to take it off each time I have to park in my garage. I can't run it through the car wash, so I got to take it off when I go through the car wash. I mean, how much? Whatever your hassle factor is worth it. Or do you guys just think it's stupid and gaudy and you wouldn't do it?
Oh, I wouldn't do it.
Well, you wouldn't get it anyways because you don't drive enough.
I have Comfort, so it's good. No,
I don't.
But seriously, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't even do it if I was full-time driver.
Okay.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it even the right amount of money.
Well, I mean, of course, everything has the right amount.
Well,
of money.
yeah,
money talks.
Well, it does, but is 200 enough?
No.
Is that what they're saying?
I not in this article, but I heard I saw it somewhere. I'm not going to say it's fact, but I thought I saw something about $200 a month.
I guess it all depends.
Oh, okay. This one says 400. It says Halo has fairly simple business model. Full-time, highly rated drivers who signed up. Applications that are closed due to high demand got up to $400 per month, agreeing to carry a connected, video-capable ad installation on their cars while they worked.
$400 a month is.
You're starting to talk.
That's your gas bill.
You're starting to. Yep, I'm listening.
That's your. I mean, that's gas. That's your car wash. That's your. I mean, that's a lot.
But Jason is right, though. It has to be easy to take it on and off.
It's got to be easy. It does say marketers can even ask to shut off ads when a driver in certain areas. So an ad for a family movie won't run while the driver is passing by an adult store. So the driver's control of that? Like we got to know we're pressing a porn store.
But they probably know what GPS, right? So
Well, I doubt it's going to be automatic.
If I gotta run it, I don't know about that.
Screw that. I
got enough going on with.
I can't have a puppy in the car, and I can't be knowing when I go past the porn store.
That's why it would be GPS.
I don't know.
They're not asking us to do one more thing.
Like geofenced.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I guess that's. I don't know. $400 a month. I might look into it.
I'd look into it
for $400. That's a lot. I mean, that's. Yesper's like, no.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what my number is. That still seems a little low.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna jump into your video. I skipped a few, so you might see that. This is the Uber's here. That's that video. Do you want me to just play it?
Just play it. It's funny.
Okay, come on, guys. I'm serious now. Okay. Here, come on, you guys. Come meet it down here. Oh! You were rushing. Come on, who's here? Ow. Right there.
We're just gonna make some shoes. Oh, can you rebraid my hair? Because I think it fell out.
Her braid fell out. No, he's out front, you guys. He drives away in 2 minutes. I'm gonna have a shower.
I mean, you know that happens.
The girl that set up the ride, that's the girl that sits up front.
Yes, that's yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's always Megan from Irvines, our studio sponsor. She was over at Uber in the weekend, and she may have drunk messaged me and at like 1:30 in the morning. She's like, I sat in the front, Jason, like the mom, because I ordered the Uber. I'm like, I remember you talking about that. She doesn't sound like that, but I'm trying to do a girl voice. But yeah, so yeah, that happens all the time. It was really funny. They did that really well. Tip time. Tip time is brought to you by Emesis Bags. Look at the screen, yes.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Yeah.
So our tip is St. Patty's Day is coming up. For those in Grand Rapids, we have Irish on Ionia, which is March 14th. Where basically it's day driving again, like the Winter Beer Fest. So you're going to want to stock up on those Emesis bags. Yeah, they're really cheap. They work well. I mean, I know a lot of people use like Ziploc gallon bags or trash bags. Trash bags probably do work better because it's hard to miss. But I feel like trash bags, if you don't have it pre-opened up, like if they're ready to barf and they're like doing this, trying to, no one can see that.
Well, unless you're using kitchen trash bags.
But even those, they kind of come rolled up.
No, I know, but those there are much better in the seams, so they won't
leak.
Yeah,
yeah. It is a smaller,
it's a thicker plastic.
Yeah, it's a smaller area where they have to hit, but I mean, it's like just put it up to your mouth, you'll get it in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah,
Leo's cruising for a bruising.
Why?
He says, Jason, you want to use a girl voice? Just talk normally. Hey-yo.
No, that's my Mickey Mouse voice when I get excited, Leo. Jerk.
We don't want to hear about you getting excited, man.
Yeah, I don't know about Ziploc bags.
Yeah, I mean, I
stood in my kitchen trying to close a damn Ziploc bag.
I know.
Like 100 times once, not drunk.
Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to do that?
Well, those Emesis, you can just spin them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you just spin them and I don't know, depending how full.
How was that again?
That's what I did.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna.
That's what the guy was doing with the icy hot balls.
Yeah, he was. All right. Again,
usually it's a pack of 24 bags for $10 on Amazon.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the Patreon again. For $5 a month, you get nothing just because you love us. No one's done that yet.
Nope,
I get it. We had to make 2 tiers. So, So go to patreon.com/grrideshare. Get free merch, behind the scenes, the Gig Economy podcast, all that fun stuff. So.
Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone that's on board right now. We definitely love some more in there. It helps kind of pay the bills and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna jump into Facebook shenanigans. The first one was Sam, but I'll just go for it. I shared this, so it's a picture of a McDonald's drive-through, and it says, "So I was in the McDonald's drive-through yesterday, and the lady behind me honked at me and flipped me off because I was taking too long to order." Who does that, by the way? Like, chances are it's probably the employee that hasn't got to the microphone yet or whatever. So he says, "I paid for her food. I moved up, and she leaned out the window looking all crazy at me because the teller told her I paid for her food. She felt embarrassed. When I got to the second window to get my food, I showed them both receipts and took her food too. I paid for it. It's mine. Now she has to wait even longer. She's going to learn today. I mean, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. You probably should have just gave her food. You know, let's spread a little kindness, but that was freaking awesome. I totally like that. So,
this one's totally you.
Yeah. So, I didn't have I don't know why I just did the text for this, so you just see us again on the screen. But so Stanka Smith, I'm just reading what her name is, to Uber Lyft drivers Facebook group. Why is it always the bitches in the back whose name isn't even on the Uber account that ask me about a fucking auxiliary cord or for me to change the fucking station? Sit your ass the fuck back, listen to this good ass 90s R&B, and stop playing in my back seat. Thanks.
So are they the ones sitting behind the driver?
Probably Sam.
I also just wondered if your name is now Stanka Smith.
Stanka. I like that. I'm gonna change it
Smith.
in our Telegram group to Stanka Smith. So yeah, Stanka doesn't put up with any bullshit. But yeah,
What if she slaps hands?
Who slaps hands?
Stanka Smith.
I don't. I gently move them. You're up, Jesper.
Samora, I'm looking for you. This is the driver and a passenger. I'm on my way. I had to get out of the restroom. LOL. Shit happens. Oh, wow. You just made my day. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, this little poop emoji.
Yeah, it's a little bit of texting back and forth between drivers and
yeah,
riders.
it's fun to get when you get a little playful time with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Usually it's like, where are you? I'm here. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Are you at 4747? Oh, yeah. I'm out front, asshole. Peter.
Tanisha.
That's your new name.
Tanisha.
I deserve that.
Are you going to get a new license plate?
Tanisha, plus 1 adult, plus 4 kids, no car seats on Quigley, kids 2, 4, 5, 7 in age. Me plus the other adult will have a child on the lap. The other 2 will ride next to me. No. What the F?
Yeah. Guys.
It'd be funny to think that this is like a joke, but this is a real situation.
Oh my
God. This happened in our Grand Rapids market.
This happens every day.
Yeah. So.
No way.
Well, guys, thank you so much. We're wrapping up. You can find us on all our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at GR Rideshare. I started doing stories today. If you follow my page, I don't know. I'm kind of having fun with it. And I can cross-promote to Facebook automatically.
Jason is getting so good at this social media
I
thing.
know. Yeah, follow us on Twitch. We're trying to get to 50 followers. Oh, God, I am done. 50 followers. When we do, we're going to do a giveaway. It could be the camera. Who knows?
Usually Miguel's on here, but he wasn't on here tonight.
He wasn't on? Okay. Thanks again to the sponsors, and thanks to everyone else. So I have a question. We're all done with the podcast. I'm trying to test a feature out. So if anyone that's still online, we're not going to kill the stream yet. I'm going to do something, and I want to know if you can stop. You can't hear us anymore, okay? So I'm going to test it. I know there's a delay. I don't know why it's still... Oh, that's the wrong one. So see if anyone comments. I'm going to turn that one off, too, because it won't go. Keeps going. I'm just wondering if anyone can hear us.
Pepe D's nuts.
Pepe
was in the YouTube chat. Said my Walmart has heavy duty bags at the register that work good.
Have you? Were you not watching Walmart?
YouTube.
What the fuck?
No, I was not watching your Walmart.
I was. I just didn't see that one. Just didn't notice it.
I'm way behind on the comments. I'm wondering if
Larry can hear us.
He can hear us still?
Well, I don't know. It's still Facebook.
It's so slow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm catching up on the comments now.
Larry says I can hear you.
You can hear us.
I know. I just said that, man. Get with the program.
Is it just as loud as it was before, Larry?
Silence.
Maybe that wasn't it. I don't know. I didn't know if anyone in Facebook said that. Justin said we were a little quiet. We had that problem earlier in the week. So I was just trying to